Hi everybody, we're Chris and Wendy, and today we're playing Teotihuacan, the Late Preclassic Period.
I'm not sure exactly how much of this is in the frame and how much glare there is, but yes, Teotihuacan, the Late Preclassic Period sounds like a textbook to me rather than a board game expansion, but this is the modular expansion to our very beloved game, Teotihuacan. Pronunciation lesson if you need, Teotihuacan.
Not Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan, I think, is what I hear a lot. It's fine. Look, I mispronounce board games all the time. Don't get me started on Troyes.
All right, so you're maybe asking what it adds. So it does add some cool things. Right here, we've got the prophecies, and what these are basically new things that change for each round. So there's 3 rounds in the game. So what this does is basically you gain 2 points every time you move up on the not Day of the Dead track. It is the
Avenue of the Dead.
Thank you. Next round, we have the benefit of basically 4 dices at the end of the round cost 1 less cocoa. And then when you ascend in the last round, you can place your die wherever you want. So that's what those are. Those are our prophecies in order from round to round.
Prophecies is what they're called in the Tzolk'in expansion. These are called seasons, I think, technically.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Same designers.
It is literally the same type of mechanism, too. And so, that's funny. So these, typically, I guess per the rulebook, you're supposed to just shuffle them and not see what they are. We're playing with the variant the designer or the publisher recommended where you can just know what they are. That way it's on the level for everybody. Very much kind of the preferred way. So we're playing with that variant. Now the other module that we have added, let's continue with this little board here, right? You see that the temple tiles are no longer on the temple tile spot, and the decoration tiles are no longer on the decoration tile spot. And that's because this game comes with, and everything here is modular. You can choose to play with the new construction board and or the new decorations board.
Let's give you a look at this. So if you look, you can see that one of the biggest differences is that there are different amounts of tiles that you can play based on level, dependent on what your die levels are. Also, there are opportunities to unlock 1 die if you have a die locked, and additional victory points and such that you could get. So, it's based on die levels now, what you can do.
Right, whereas you can see right here before, it was just any dice, whatever number they were, it only matters how many you had them here, how many tiles you could build. All of the values are the same, however, whether you build a first, second, third, or ultimate temple step.
And at the end of the day, you still get 1, 2, or 3, depending on how many cubes you have there.
Yep. And so
benefits.
Very similar thing here with the decorations track. You can see that once again it has the little flow chart or the chart, what is that? A spreadsheet basically right there. Which, hey, I'm okay with that. I'm an accountant, right? So more spreadsheets for the game. So that's the difference. Is you get this much gold. You can build up to 2 decoration tiles at once if you have this ability. And you can also move up, or unlock and move up temples. So this just kind of opens up, in my opinion, it opens up the temple decoration action a lot in this game.
One of the other big things is this board over here is brand new. It is an orange temple track, so there's an additional temple that you can move up on, but you can only move up on it on this orange temple space or on a space that gives you the option of your choice. But it does some interesting new things.
So every spot will give you something, upgrade a worker, move any of your dice back 1 or 2 spaces, so you can kind of re-spam an action spot if you want. But most importantly, these dots. You'll notice there's 1, 2 2s, and 2 3s, and that corresponds to these bonus, not technologies, but bonus abilities. The game comes with a few more of these of your player discs because you can place them when you cross the 1 on one of these 2 level 1 abilities. And when you get up to the 2, right, unsurprising, whoa, you can also, you can add another one of these, and you just get more player powers developed for yourself that are unique. And you can unlock those by moving up this temple. It has a penultimate space, it has an ultimate space and everything as well. And because there's more spaces to put out discs, the expansion gives you super sweet little priest meeples. I think these are super cool. Like, if nothing else in the game, if nothing else in the expansion, woo, right. Custom shaped meeples. And
I thought that they were like someone riding a horse initially. A very funny shaped, like cow-shaped horse, but...
Wendy and I have been playing a lot of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, so yeah, that would explain it. Now, last but not least, everyone's probably just like, stop talking and hurry up and get to the variable player powers. Wendy and I will explain what ours are.
Okay, so mine is Oxomoko, which I assume that's how you pronounce it. I did not get a lesson on that. And mine is one of the unique ones that doesn't have a negative. Most of them have like a really cool benefit and then something negative that happens. Mine basically just says that I can play as if I have an extra worker on spaces 6 and 7.
Now, remember how we talked about how 7, the decoration spot, is upgraded. Wendy's going to be able to take great advantage of that. And what was the other space? 6, which is also one that you can take great advantage of.
Both good victory point actions.
Now, my player power, my little tribe here, I don't know how to pronounce it, Huitzilopochtli, is every time that I take an action or a sub-action involving the victory point symbol, I get one additional victory point. So, for example, if I build 2 temple tiles, if I build a first floor one, I get 1 victory point plus 1. When I take a second tile build, I get 3 victory points, say, plus 1. So every sub-action I take that earns me money, every step, that not earns me money, earns me victory points, I get 1 additional. But as with most of the player powers in this game, the bottom part here is actually a disadvantage that I have. At the eclipses, at the end of each of the 3 eclipses, have to pay an extra cocoa per worker that I have out. So there's a strong benefit, but also a bit of a handicap or something that kind of offsets the benefit. And that is what primarily all of these are going to be like, some sort of benefit and some sort of negative to it. And there's, I believe it's 10 of these player powers for a head-to-head game, and there's also some of these player powers currently in the box for a solo game as well. So there's a lot of these to go into the game.
Definitely.
I think that we've now explained all of the modules, right?
Yep, the game's set up and ready to go. We're not going to explain the basic rules because we're just mostly highlighting the expansion. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us in the comments.
Yep. You'll notice, for example, little things like I have the ability to move up twice on the red temple track for my opening setup stuff.
And I moved on the blue and the green. I do have an upgraded worker. That's why it's at a 2.
So you got extra resources. I got 1 victory point plus my player power 1 and another 1 victory point plus my variable player power 1. Ergo, I'm at 4 victory points up there. Our dice are set up. We're playing with a 2-player rules, so therefore the tiles are out here. You might have been wondering what this is. This is just the tiles to determine where the blocker dummy workers go, where the computer player be at. So I think that we are set to start. Wendy has the first player token of awesomehoodness, meaning that she will go. I have the painstaking duty of remembering to move the marker at the end of every round. I will seriously try to remember that.
And refill everything.
Yeah.
And hand me all the resources I want. Yeah, this is definitely one of those games where you take a move, you do something, and then you have to do 8 things that it unlocks.
On a good turn, you're doing 8 sub-steps.
Right, and
on a bad turn, you're not.
And sometimes you have to make a choice before you finish making another choice. And so we apologize if we forget resources, if we accidentally double take resources, if we forget to pay Coco for things. We just apologize in advance because this is definitely a keep track of every little thing game.
Yep.
So I'm going to begin by moving 3 steps over here. I'm going to pay 1 Coco because there is 1 die there.
All right.
And I'm going to pay my gold.
Woohoo!
And I'm going to take this. So for spaces 5 and 6, which are this one and this one, I will get 3 victory points every time I go there.
All right. That's pretty solid action.
Yep. And I move up on the blue track. See what I mean? There's more stuff. I already forgot there's more stuff. I will take a gold.
Okay. Unsurprising. In case you forget, every time you take either one of those 2 technologies, blue, red, or green temple step up, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to join you over there. I have to pay 2 cocoa because there are 2 workers, 2 different colored workers priorly there. I'm going to go ahead and gain, if you would put me on the top right technology, please. That means every time that oh dear, every time that I go to action spaces 2, 3, or 4, I will get 1 cocoa and 1 victory point.
Plus 1 victory point.
Yes, i.e. 2 victory points. So that one is fantastic for me. I have to pay the 1 gold for that. I get to move up the green temple track, so I get 1 cocoa back. And I think I've done all the sub-steps of my action. Is that correct?
I think so.
All right. Excellent. So that'll
All
bump
right.
up.
My next one I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and pay 3 cocoa. Yes, this is expensive. However, I get 3 points because I went there.
Okay.
Then I will take this. Ooh, do I want that one? Now I don't know. Ooh, now I don't know. Yes, I want that one. I spend 1 gold.
Uno oro.
To take this one, which allows me whenever I go to 2, 3, and 4, which are the resource spaces, I can gain an extra resource of that kind. And I move up on the red track, which gives me another victory point. Hey, look, we're tied, honey.
Hey, that's not fair. How did you tie with me? By just taking good actions or something?
Something like that.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and reach across here, take my guy over here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to upgrade both of these. They both upgrade on their turns. See? Too many steps.
See what we're saying? That we will just forget things. So yes, my 1 was supposed to turn into a 2 over there. And I was going to play Leapfrog. Whoop! Super Mario Jumpo Brothers. Come over here. And I will now... I have to pay 2 cocoa, because there were 2 colors of dudes previously there. I will get 2 dice with a minimum of a 1. So I'll get 1 stone, and I'll get a cocoa, and I'll get a victory point, i.e. 2 victory points. For red, please.
There you go. 1, 2.
Ha! Who's in the lead now? Boom. End of my turn. I think I did everything right.
Crossing fingers for that.
Oh, no, I didn't. I have to upgrade a worker. Shabuya. Okay.
We're trying. We really are trying.
You know what? Hey, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upgrade the same worker instead. No. Fine, I'll do that.
The tough decisions in life. Okay.
Yep.
Do I want gold or do I want wood? I probably want gold. Question mark. All right, so I'm going to come here. I have 1 worker, which lets me get 1 gold, but I have that upgrade, which lets me get 2 gold, please.
2 gold for you.
It's to a 3.
2 gold. 2 gold.
Okay.
All right. Well, I get to combine all 3 of my workers. It'd be nice if they were all at least a level 2. Get a nice little bump up here, but that's fine. I'm going to come here. I have 3 workers, so that means I have to... Well, there's 2 different colored workers there, so I have to pay 2 cocoa. So I'll go ahead and get 3 change. I now get to do this action, 3 dice of minimum value of 1. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 stone, which is excellent. And then I get 1 victory point, which is 2 victory points. Could you move me up 2? Now, this is what I mean by different sub-steps is going to trigger this multiple times. Now, I trigger my technology, so I get 1 cocoa, and I get 1 victory point, i.e. 2 victory points. Okay.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Now I get 2 steps. I get 2 upgrade steps. I'll turn this into a 2, and I'll turn one of these into a 3. And that's my turn. So, end of that. It's back over to Wendy.
Back over to me. All right, I'm going to hop over here. Move to a 3. And because I have the special power of being able to take the next step down, I'm here, but I really am getting this ability. So okay. I get a 1 gold discount, so I spend 2 gold. Oh, I probably should have locked a worker. That's the tough thing, is I feel like I don't use all of the ability that I possibly could use.
Right. This little symbol means unlock one of the workers, which is so good.
Very useful, but...
Yeah, if you can get it, so very nice.
Don't need it right now. Okay, so I'm going to build 1, and I think what I'm going to build is this blue one right here. So I get 3 points for it.
Yeah, 3 points just for straight up.
Just for straight up building it. Yes, this right here. There. 1 for matching, so that is 4 points.
4 points.
5, 6, 7 points for this ability.
Nope.
No, that's not for that one.
Yeah, your player power is 6 and 7. Your
4
technology
points.
is 5 and 6.
Okay, so I have 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then I move up on the blue track because that is blue colored, and I match it with blue. So that moves up 1. I will use that to take another gold.
Okay. You're just the gold queen this game.
Yep.
Which you're also eventually going to get wood because you get the upgrade of this action, the number 6 action as well.
Yeah.
So I foresee that being an issue for me. All right, that's fine. So that's the end of your turn.
Did I pay Coco? I don't think I paid Coco.
I don't reckon that you did, actually. So I'm going to grab... Oh, which one of my many dice should I grab? Maybe one off of here. It's a joke. So I could go here. I have gold that I could use to try and like discount or something like that. But I could come here and I could harvest cocoa, and then I'm set up so that I could, so there's choices that I got. But I think I'm just going to straight up come on over here. Yeah, is that what I want? No. That would be... okay, yeah. Using 2 and 3 workers are essentially the same. So I'll upgrade this into a level 4. I'll do that before I forget. Speaking of forgetting, Wendy, you built a temple piece, a decoration, or a pyramid tile. So you get one of those.
Very nice.
Come over here. I get to build up to a 2nd level because I came here with a level 2 or 3 die.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this refills as well.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and refill that. So is there anything that I want to build on the 2nd level? Quite possibly, actually. Whoops.
Sorry, I'm going to flip
Making
this
sure they're all the same direction.
Yes.
It's very possible that I want to build like this one up here because that matches. Yeah. Oh, but guess what? I don't have any wood. Woohoo! Good to be me.
Question: this upgrade is both wood and stone?
It's so this one is a 1 discount for either wood or for stone.
Oh, okay.
Plus, you take this action as if you had an additional worker on this space.
Okay.
So yeah, so you get to go the next row down on the spreadsheet, and you get 1 item discount.
Cool.
Yes, so I come here. I'm going to pay 2 stone. I'm going to go ahead and build something on the 1st floor because I can't build higher than that. Green temple track is just good because it gives you cocoa. So where do I want this to go? Yeah, right there is good, I guess. So I get 1 basic point. So 1 point, 2, 3 for matching.
4 for your extra?
4 for my extra. Okay, that's very nice. I get to move up 1 space right here on yonder track. That's fantastic for me. I upgraded my worker already, and so boom, I am set there.
Okay.
So that's the end of that.
Alrighty.
Oh, I covered up. That's not the end of that. Plot twist. I move up at the Green Temple, which gives me 1 piece of cocoa.
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
And I might as well reveal whatever the next tile is going to be. As silly as that is.
So I have to lean forward to see stuff. Okay. I have seen. I have
And the camera
conquered.
can see the top of our heads when we do that.
Yep, it can.
I'm not wearing hair gel. Uh-oh.
You also don't have any bald spots. I have more bald spots than you do. Chris's dad still has his full head of hair, so I think he's in luck. I want to do so many different things, but what is the right thing to do? I think the right thing to do is to come here.
I think the right thing to do is give
Spend
away everything
2
you have to
cocoa.
charity. You get 3 change.
Rechange. Now the question is I'm going to spend 2 gold, and I'm going to pick one of these things to move up on, but I don't know what. Ugh, I want both of those. Those are both wonderful.
Ooh, yeah.
Choices, so many choices.
Choices fill my head. I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed.
No more choices jumping on the bed. Okay. So, this thing will be separate from these things, correct?
What is your question?
So if you get this one, you get 1 additional bonus on top of the additional bonus that you get for building tiles.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, so I would get essentially 4 points every time I take that action.
Okay.
If I have that bottom left technology, that's what Wendy's asking, in case anyone's curious.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to do it. Which moves me up on the blue track.
Which gives you one of those fantastic abilities.
Oh, they're both good. I'm hurting on Cocoa now, but I could get Cocoa now, so I'm going to pay the Cocoa.
Okay.
Oh, but I don't want you to have this because you have to pay more per round.
I mean, sure, yeah.
So hard.
I'm nowhere close on the blue track.
Give me my Cocoa back. Give me my Cocoa back.
Give me that Cocoa back, Cocoa back, Cocoa back. Give me that Cocoa back, Cocoa back, Cocoa back.
Oh, but I need the gold.
City
this is so hard.
I'm
going to let you have it.
Cocoa back ribs.
Okay. I'm going to take it and I'm going to use it to spend on blue again so that I can get 2 gold.
All right.
Because, big surprise, I'm using gold this game.
So you're on this step right here? The one right above the bonus tile?
So essentially, nothing happened.
But you're way closer to like tons of points. No, I am.
And so the thing is, if Chris wants any of these technologies that I'm on, he has to give me 3 or 4 points. So 3 points, right?
You get 3 points, yeah. Right there.
So I'm hoping that if I take... Oh, and I get points because, I get 3 points because I took a technology.
And you have the get a technology, get points technology, bonus technology.
Yeah, so...
That's fun to say. Say that 3 times fast.
Get the technology, bonus points technology. Track.
While you're saying that, I'm going to sneak on over here with my non-bald spot.
And pay...
I've got to pay 2 cocoa because there's 2 different color workers already there. I will pay 2 gold because it's a level 4. I don't level it up, but I can take a bottom level technology. Mm-hmm. May I have the very bottom middle one, please?
Bottom middle.
That one does cost 2 gold, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, all the bottom ones cost 2 gold. And they require either... Ooh, I was supposed to level up because I had 2 workers.
Correct. You level up.
I will level up this one.
Okay. It's unfortunate that my 4 doesn't level up because I want to try and get one of these Ascension bonuses quick. But also, because he's a 4, I get to, kind of bypass that little workaround, and I get that bottom row action. I move up on red, which is essentially 3 victory points, and I can reach this now. So, 3 points for me. Yeah. Okay. Well, that feels slightly good. End of the round. Boop. Boop that forward.
Glad that feels slightly good to you. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take 2 for Topher over here.
2 for Topher?
2 for Topher over here. I'm going to put him over here, and I'm going to collect 3 cocoa, please.
Okay. Oh, you're harvesting for your action?
Yep. Feeling real low on cocoa here.
So my name being Chris is short for Christopher. One of my coworkers is really pushing this whole, he's trying to get me to go by Topher kind of campaign thing.
Oh, like from the show Dollhouse?
There's a Topher in there. Also, more famously, Topher Grace, the actor from that 70s show.
I only watched like 2 episodes of that 70s show.
All right.
I watched the other one instead.
I'm going to come over here. That 80s show? You watched that 80s show? So I got 3 workers back at the same spot, which is super nifty. I'm definitely okay with that. I have to pay 3 cocoa is the only downside of that. All 3 of my cocoa just gone away. But I do get to take this middle bottom action.
So you get 4 victory points for that, plus 2 more for going on the spot.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, this one turns into 4, and then that turns into 4.
And you gain a cocoa.
I gain 1 cocoa back from that. I gain the 3 stone, so I'm pretty stoned over here. Don't tell my boss. I get 2 upgrades because I'm on a level 4, or because I got 3 people on the spot, and I'm very much thinking about turning this level 4 straight up into an ascension because I'm hurting for cocoa, like a lot. So I might as well hit that ascension. So, boom. Oh, also, could you draw a bonus tile for this spot right here? We don't have this one from setup.
You are right.
And I was never going to go to that spot at the moment anyway, so that's totally fine.
No one's going to grab that because it's a mask.
Yeah. We have found the masks are very difficult at 2 players.
Yes.
So, I hit an ascension. I get to move up the Avenue of the Dead track.
Which gives you 2 points. 3 points.
Oh, yeah, because that's the bonus. That's
I forgot
the
that.
season for this round.
I've been investing in gold. Everyone knows gold's not as good of an investment as people on TV say it is.
And the ascension bonus that I'm going to go ahead and take is just the straight up 5 cocoa, I think. I don't want to... Not going to mess around with too much fancy shenanigans at the moment. I'm not... Yeah, because I'm not good enough on that green track yet. Although, if I didn't take it... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move up on the green track. Now that I say that.
Oh no, I wanted that.
So I do that. I get to move up on blue track by using this.
You can get some wood?
I am going to get wood. Yes. That is actually exactly what I'm going to do.
Seems like the right choice.
So I did that. I'm shy on cocoa, but I think that'll be okay. So that's the end of my turn. Or sorry, this is the ascension. This bumps up. And now the end of my turn. This bumps up a step.
Stressful. Very stressful.
A little bit, yeah.
Good kind of stressful, right?
Hopefully.
Okay. So I am going to come here.
You locking in?
Locking in.
Ooh, locking in your number 4.
Yes. Number 4. We're doing that. Oh, yes. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, I needed the number 4, huh? Well, there's nowhere to lock that guy. Useful. Nowhere useful to lock that guy. I guess I'll stick him here. We'll lock him here. And I'll just move up on the blue track, I guess.
Get 2 more resources of your choice.
I'm going to take 2 wood. Because that's got to start happening.
I mean, this bumps you up the Avenue of the Dead. Like, that's so ideal right now. Okay. That's your turn?
Yep.
All right. This pains me just a little bit. I think I'm going to come here again, so I have to pay 2 cocoa for that. I get to do this thing down here, which is to... What is the point of this? Okay, I get 2 stone. I get 2 victory points. I hope I'm not pushing my luck too hard. And I have 3 people again, so I'm going to do 2 upgrade steps. Yeah, I'm going to turn my 1 into a 3. Because I feel like that totally makes sense. I also get 1 cocoa back from that technology as well. What did I say? I got 2 victory points, right? But I also now get the cocoa and I get a second 2 victory points, essentially.
That's fair.
Okay, I've spammed that space a lot. I hope that I'm not too shy on stuff. Okay. That's the end. Yeah, it's the end of my turn.
I realize what I thought I was doing is not what I was doing, so it's okay.
Oh.
4 is fine. So this comes here. It's as if I have an extra worker.
Oh,
so it's at the bottom. That's what I was confused about the locking the worker.
Oh, you wanted to try and take this one.
I want that one. So
the other thing is
here, just do this one first. We'll just do that one first.
Oh, yeah, might as well.
Play 2 cocoa. Pay play. I get... Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I get 5 victory points.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus these 3 is 3 more.
Plus these 2 for the season
plus
tiles.
Those 2. If I were Chris, it would be amazing right now.
Yeah, that would be...
But then I wouldn't have gotten 5.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
My 2 extra.
Yeah, you're single. Did you upgrade your worker?
I did not upgrade my worker.
Or power up, I think, is the verbiage from the rule book. Okay.
There you go. And I move up on this. And...
Oh, that's where you get the 2 points from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where... Sorry.
No.
Oh, is there...
Because you took 1 off. So the first one
always
shows 5.
Oh, the first one's like 5. That makes more sense. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So that was you?
That was me.
I am going to come hither forth right into this spot. I'm going to power this 3 up to a 4 before I forget. Now, I have this technology bonus, which means I get to treat this as if I had 2 workers, which is great. So this was a 3 when I came here, so I get to take this action. So I could have locked a person if I wanted to, but that's just fine. I come here, and I can build up to 2 tiles up to the 2nd floor, which is pretty nice. And I have wood, and I have a discount. So now let's see if I can remember to do all this correctly. I'm going to spend 2 stone and a wood to build one of these tiles, which I think I wanted to build. Oh, I messed that one up. I think I wanted to build this one right here. So that's a base of 3, 4 points. I get to match 5, 6, 7. All right, so that is that. And what did I do? I lined up a red on a red. So I get to go 7 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I
Plus
move up the red
3.
track. Plus 2, plus 1. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I hope the viewers don't mind that I'm clarifying this every time. I'm trying to personally not mess up is one thing, and I'm also trying to make it very visibly clear for the audience that I'm not grabbing extra points that I'm not supposed to. So if you don't like it, stop watching. No, move your mouse back. So that was my first build, and I can do a second build now if I want to. I could leave my friends behind, and I think I will do 2 more stone, and I'm going to invoke this 1 discount to build this one up here. So once again, that's 3 plus a bonus 1, 4, 5, 6 for matching up these ones. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So that's 7 points. And I get to move up on the blue track, which gives me 1 good, which I think will be a wood.
So we started playing with... I played a different power against this one with Chris. And after the end of the first round, we just called it because it was hopeless. It was hopeless that I could keep up. But also the same thing happened with this one when Chris played with a different character power. So we're putting them together because... I super beat Chris using this one, but so far I am feeling like...
You feel like this one is having a stronger jump out the gate? I mean, definitely, yeah. It's stronger out the gate. I'm curious to see if that ability, once you harvest a ton of gold and just spam these spots, like this spot especially, I feel like you can take a really good advantage of.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
But because the upgrades all benefit for the 8 that I'm not going for, it's just open to you. So
I see.
I think that's what happened last time when I played this, is that you didn't go for the 8, you were going for the 6 like I was.
I was competing with you on this one.
Yeah, and I think now you just have open fair game. So
especially because I can kind of bounce quickly to this spot from the stone spot.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see kind of what happens with this. So I bumped up 2 space on the temple track. I already leveled this worker up, so now I think that I'm done. I'll head there.
Okay. Now I will come over here.
I'll go ahead and reveal the next
Which
dials.
will come here. I have a $2 discount, so I just pay 1 gold for 1 decoration.
1 gold, 1 decoration. And your pay a cocoa?
I pay 1 cocoa. This unlocks. Because of that, I paid my 1 gold. Now I get to...
That's right, because you're using this spot.
Now I get to decorate. I will do this one, which moves me up on red. That also gives me 5 points.
Rather, this spot, I should say. Okay.
Yep.
5
points. 6 points.
Okay. That moves you from 21 up to 27. Yeah.
Not quite the turn that Chris had.
But you do move up on this track here, the Temple Builder track. Okay. Okay. That's everything that you need to get from there. Did you get... Okay, you used your...
You know what? I didn't pay my wood when I went here and built.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Like, I don't have wood.
Retcon. Totally fine. So I'm going to come on here, bring my Toozer, which means that I have 2 dice at a minimum of level 2, but I also pay 1. Oh, I also have the treat as if I had an additional worker, so I've got 3 tiles out, so I get 3 cocoa back. And now I can take the build action again for up to 3 tiles. I don't know if I can't build all 3 of the tiles.
Yeah, you could if they're all level 1s.
Oh, if I do level 1 or if
2 level 1s and then 1 level 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it depends what is out here. I might do that. So yeah, I'll pay 2 stone, 2 stone, this and a wood, plus I'll invoke the 1 discount I get, so I can build all 3 of these if I want. So
I like to say that I hindered Chris by buying this, which I did, but I mean, How many tiles did you build, or how many times you got on the spot? You'd be like 9 points higher if I didn't grab that thing.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be rough. So 1 point, which is 2 points. 3, 4, 5. That.
Did you get your +1?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Another 1 point plus the 1, and I'm going to match up 3 of these. So I match that, and I get to move up blue, so I get 1 resource back. And I'll just go ahead and take a wood.
So 5 resources, or 5 points?
Yep, so that's another 5 points. And then I can build this one. I can do this one on the second floor if I want. So I'll do it right here. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So up to 64 points. And then I matched blue again. I did not intend on getting that much blue. So that's definitely a surprise. And now my temple building days are done because I'm broke out of resources. So.
And I'm in need of resources.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm in need of resources too. Yeah, so that's... and I upgrade one of these. I'll upgrade this to a 5, I think.
All right.
All right, so now we hit this. This is the ultimate round before we... before the first season. That word, the end of the round triggers scoring thing.
Oh, there's one more turn?
Yeah.
Oh, and I have 2 extra expensive dice, and I have no cocoa. So I can ascend 1. So I have 1 more turn?
Yeah,
and
this is your last turn.
So I have to get cocoa, or I have to ascend 1. If I ascend, then I can get cocoa, but I gave you the auto pay that I didn't want you to have, but I needed resources now.
I absolutely did not anticipate moving that high up on blue.
I genuinely think we could probably already call the game, but for the viewer's sake, we will continue forward. Oh, this was supposed to be a 5. I was like, one of them was supposed to be really close to ascending. That's why that's supposed to be a 5.
That
This
makes sense.
makes more sense. Okay. So this will come here to get gold. So it gets 2 gold, 3 gold, please.
3 gold.
3 gold and 5 cocoa because it will ascend.
Oh, very nice. Cocoa.
And it will start here. Okay.
Okay. And you move up on the Avenue of the Dead track, and that gets you 2 more points.
Okay.
Okay, so it's my last turn. I've got a 5 sitting here. Ideally, I would bring this around, but I don't have any more resources. So, what can I do with this 5? I want to probably ascend it? I definitely do, because that's going to be a lot of points that I can get from being 1 step higher on the Avenue of the Dead. So, I'll come over here. I'll do that. So I get... Oh, actually, you know what? I really want gold because I want to move up on more technology. So yeah, I'll do this instead. So I come here. I get 2 gold. And 2 gold, 2 victory points, and a cocoa. Hit an ascension. This will turn back into a 1 and fly back to the starting space. And then I can grab one of these bonuses. I'm good on cocoa this first round, but there's no guarantee that'll be in the future. But that's future Chris's problem. I might want to move up on a temple track. And if I did, which one would it be? Possibly this one, so I can move up 2 spaces on the temple track. Yeah, so I'll do that. Pay a cocoa to activate this thing, move up a space, and that'll give me 4 points.
Feeling good about your game?
Yeah, this is a very strong feeling power. The designer swears that it's not the most powerful, but I'm hard pressed to not quite feel that way.
I mean, the negative is just not that bad.
Paying 1 extra cocoa at Ascensions.
Yeah. So the thing with a lot of the other player abilities is that they make it so that, every time you go up on a track, you have to do something, or every time you come here, you have to pay an extra resource, or you can't collect any of these tiles except for the mask ones.
But
so
the masks score you more. Like, there's always a benefit, and there seems to be like a connected downside to it. But this one's downside is just not that connected. Like 3 times during the game, I have to pay a little extra cocoa.
It's just like 9 cocoa the entire game.
Which I'm going to go around it the first time by using this tile.
Yeah, so not the happiest I feel right now.
No.
Okay, so we're paying cocoa. That was the end, right?
That's the end. Yeah, that's the end of the round.
Okay, so I'm paying 4 cocoa. Can I have 1, please? I feel terrible about that.
Yeah, that's hard. So I'm gonna use this instead of. Well, I'm gonna use this that way I can start the next round with some cocoa. So I do that, even though I have the cheapest workers I possibly could have. Mm-hmm. It's still better, I think, just to have some cocoa to be able to go places. Next, we paid workers. We're going to get points for Avenue of the Dead. I'm supposed to move up that and get 2 more points from this. And then, technically 3, I guess. And now we're going to get points of steps times the amount shown here. So that's 5 each, so we get 10.
Do you get 11?
I suppose so, because it is showing that victory point symbol. Okay, masks, neither of us have. And then temple track here, whoever's in the lead gets 4 points.
You get 5.
And then 4 points per step up. So that's 21. So that's 110. See, I've never gotten 100 points in the first age.
Ever.
Yeah, that's not common. So you're at 47. How are you feeling about this?
I'm feeling terrible.
I am too.
I see 0 way for me to possibly keep up, and I don't feel like I'm playing a bad game.
No. Yeah, so this is one of the complaints that we have, is that these player powers do feel quite varied. And I did look up to make sure that we are playing this right, and that's what it has sounded like, right? Anytime you gain 1 or more victory points, gain 1 additional victory point.
It doesn't say per action, it doesn't say per turn, it doesn't say anything like that.
Yeah, we looked up on the Board Game Geek forums and all that stuff, and so it is very clearly just any time you gain a victory point, gain an additional victory point. So it's per the forums, per publisher notes that I've seen, that's it. And they also say that's not the strongest power in the game, and I'm having a very hard time not believing that right at this point in time. This is the second time in a row that this has happened, actually. Mm-hmm. So.
Yep, you're gonna lap me by the end of this. By the end of this next round, I think. I
think so. I mean, do you feel like it's worth playing out right now?
I mean, if I weren't on video, I would say let's call it. I don't think, because you're ahead of me on this temple track and on this one, therefore you're more likely to reach these benefits. Very easily, I feel like you could probably move up on there too. Yeah, I don't see it working in my favor. We could try another round to see what happens.
Okay, if you're down for it, because honestly, this expansion is almost a bit of a letdown, because the thing I was most excited about was these player powers, and I feel like we haven't seen a good mix of them.
Yeah, it's just been very one-sided thus far as we've played.
Yeah, and we've only played like 4 times, but
when we played with the Oxumoko and then whatever power you had before, they felt very imbalanced still, but it felt like Chris was keeping up everywhere except for temple track bonuses. I was getting way up on the temples and he wasn't moving on the temples. He was just keeping up points-wise. So end of the game points, I had way more. Whereas this is end of the game points and current in-game points.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like...
I do think that's an issue, right? Like, I have such an easy... This is what we've decided, right? This is just to kind of give like a bunch of thoughts kind of in the middle of this. I think what we've come to decide is that the randomness of these player powers, right? You dealt 2 and you pick 1, is just augmented by the fact that the technologies change every game. These things change every game. The order of the tiles, the fact that I can jump straight from here to collect as much stone as I want, and then bring each of those guys one at a time over to build as much temple as I want. I'm, of course, going to be slowed down by the fact that I don't have much wood, right?
Sure, but you can get those in the blue track.
This is true, and if there's blue tiles down here...
And
then,
you have a discount, so you can always get 1 wood as you need.
Yeah, so I think that this particular setup is between the technologies and the spacing of these is extremely favorable towards this particular player ability.
Yeah, I agree. Also, there's randomness of adding... These tiles change every time. These bonuses change every time.
Right.
There is a lot of variability to this game. These also, like, the ornament things so far, there has not been a leftmost blue. I was going heavy blue track, but none of these will work there.
Oh, sure.
And so, finally this one can, but I have to build this one first before I can get there. And I fear now that you have gold that you will do that. So, who knows?
Sure.
If I set up for it.
So, yeah, it's up to you. Do you want to play one more Eclipse Age, or do you feel like that... Do you feel like for this video purpose it really...
I mean, I guess it gets across the point, and that is the point of this video.
Yeah, rather than seeing us play like the whole time. And sorry, so yeah, sorry if you really, really, really wanted to see all of that, but this is not a first-time occurrence. In fact, this is a fourth-time occurrence, and so I feel like that's enough times to at least have a decent opinion and say, I want to like the variable player powers, but I think that just all the variableness that you get over here already is perfectly fine with the game.
Also, we didn't move up on the orange track, and honestly, Chris tried it the first game, and then he never did it again because it was kind of useless.
Well, I got smacked down. There was the one game that we called early because it was just getting late. I was starting to move up the orange track and feeling good about it.
Oh, that's true.
But it was also another one of these situations where I had the power that was very favored, and so I thought, well, I'll try this too. And so, yeah, like I said, it is too bad. It feels very sway-y, and perhaps you know one could say that, well, we just need to play it 20 more times. But I'd rather just play the original game 20 more times. Well, to say something very positive, I think that these tiles here are extremely creative.
Oh, I agree. I like these tiles, and I think I will always want to play with these tiles.
Really? Every time?
Because the ability to unlock makes the lock spaces actually useful. Because I feel like there's often like one lock space that I want, but I don't want all 3 of my dice locked, and I don't want to spend 3 cocoa to unlock 1 die. I don't want to waste an entire turn to unlock 1 die, and so I appreciate this.
I'll usually, if I'm going to go lock heavy, I'll try and lock something into like, this space is particularly nice, and then maybe one of these abilities as they become really useful. Mm-hmm. Like this action would be nice to get 2 points per either like the level of the die or the number of steps you're up on this temple builder track, which...
But that takes 3 turns to lock 3 dice.
Yeah, it does.
It just takes time.
Yeah, it does take time. So I do like that there's little ways to unlock dice in the middle of your other useful action. Mm-hmm. So I think that's fantastic. Personally, I mean, I don't mind the orange track because you're not going to use it every game, right? It's the abilities that you get out of it are good, but also just getting a constant flow of cocoa or a constant flow of victory points or resources is probably better. I say that, of course, and someone's going to be like, "Oh no, I'll smack you down with the orange track, Chris," and they'll just, of course, they will if they really know how to use it.
We just haven't understood it sufficiently.
Perhaps I will definitely say that about the orange track. We haven't used it enough to have really strong opinion on it,
and it's hard to move up it.
It is
very
hard. Yeah, it's these spaces, and then...
I guess if you had this upgrade, then,
Well, and then this space
help.
right here, turn in a Coco to move up a step on a temple. You could potentially move up to this one up to 5 times in a single
4
action.
times.
4 times, right, because most you can have is a level 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah, moving up 4 times puts you here. Moving up another 4 times puts you here. So...
It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible to shoot straight up that temple if you really wanted some of these bonuses. But yeah, I agree. These are kind of the best part of the expansion, along with the priest meeples. Well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like that's that. This kind of turned more into a review than playthrough. But that's okay. The seasons...
Quick look and review, I guess.
Quick look and review. That's what I'll title this video.
The seasons have been enjoyable.
The seasons
I genuinely forgot about this one. But,
Yeah, and but I will say this, right? The type of players that Wendy and I are, I wouldn't necessarily want to play this variant of the seasons where you don't know what they are until the next age and you have to just flip it over and you say, oh, surprise, this is what's going to happen.
Helps.
Yeah.
One person, but not the other.
Yeah, and then the third age, right? I like this being able to prepare to kind of know what they are ahead of time. Say this is 1, then 2, then 3. And the game that we played with this one, where you can, when you ascend, you can put your workers anywhere you want. Well, that's really nifty to be able to set yourself up for cool actions. That's...
I do have to say, though, with these season tiles, it does add just one more thing that you have to remember that changes throughout the game.
Okay.
So, I already have trouble remembering the 8 to 10 steps that I'm taking on a turn. Then you add this in, but then you don't add it in the next round. So just as you get used to it, it changes. Just as you get used to it and you're like, oh, I remember it now, it changes. And so it's this game has so much to remember, so many little nitty gritties, this, that, and the other, that I feel like the expansion just augments that by adding the player powers, which are more things to remember, positive and negative. And these things, I love these things, but they also add more things to remember to do. So
yeah, like the amount of times that I've been like, oh, I get to unlock something.
And once you have all of those orange powers, then that's more things to remember.
So here's the thing. Teotihuacan is one of my favorite games. We've made top 10 lists and stuff of our all-time favorite games. And Teotihuacan is, it's in my top 5 or 6 or something like that. I absolutely adore this game, and I've played this game a lot of times. So I hope that this comes across as, we've both played this a ton of times together. I hope this comes across not as negative whatsoever about the base game itself. Some of the expansion modules just don't do it for me. The player powers, I genuinely could see myself playing this game in the future without the player powers, and I'd be fine with the Seasons module. I'd be fine with the very optional Orange Temple, and maybe if I had a game where I got the gumption to really use this, maybe I'd feel great about it. The boards are nice, right? I think it's the player powers that are ultimately what disappoints me about the late Preclassic era. The what is it called again? The Late Preclassic Period expansion. So
that's fair. Yeah, for me, it's the player powers and the Orange Temple, but I think it's just because I have zero motivation to even try it.
Sure. Well, you spanked me before by just shooting up the Red Temple and the Blue Temple and getting tons of points, and so
sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to play a game where I go extremely heavy orange and just see how well I do, because the one game that I tried, I moved up 2 spaces. I was not set up for it.
Sure.
So I think that's the thing, right? Depending on what the technologies are, this player power maybe is weaker in some setups and offensively strong in other setups. If I also had if I had either one of those 2 leftmost ones, and I could earn an extra 4 points on whatever other actions as well, that it would just it would just be so many. Or I'm probably this temple, like that technology would be the next thing I'd probably go for, right? In order to move up the red track more and get more points and to get more points. Also, I don't think I spent my 2 gold, so if anyone's a perfectionist, that's probably my 2 gold from when I took that action.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, or I grabbed this one. I don't know when I ascended. Whatever.
It's something.
It's something. Wendy's point that there's a lot of bookkeeping to remember.
Yeah.
I think it's really manageable in the base game. There will still be basic things we forget, like moving the turn tracker, or like paying Coco for an action.
If I'm ever in charge of moving that turn tracker, it just won't happen. Chris has always been in charge of it.
So yeah, I agree with Wendy that this is going to augment just certain little bonuses to remember.
Sure. Well, I hope you enjoyed our mini playthrough / mini review. Were Meeple overboard?
Thanks for watching.